Good evening and welcome to Uptown Bills. We're glad you're here. It's Thursday night and you get extra credit for coming out tonight in this weather. I'm not sure how you can use it, but we'll think of something. Anyway, it's time for Uptown Bill's open mic, and those of you watching us from home, you can still come down. We're on South Dubuque Street between the two sets of railroad tracks. We'd love to see you. And if not, run quick, get that snack out of the fridge, and get ready, because we've got some fine entertainment this evening. Uptown Bill's is named for Bill Sachter, who's the person with the beard in the picture behind me. Bill came to Iowa City after spending most of his life in a state institution for people with disabilities. After he was released, he kind of rattled around Minneapolis for a few years, which is where he'd lived as a little kid. And he ran into a young couple, Barry and Bev Morrow. Barry is in the picture on the right there. And they became friends, Bill and Barry and Bev. And when Barry was offered a job here in Iowa City, are you keeping all these B's straight? Bill, Barry, Bev. When Barry was offered a job here in Iowa City, Bill ended up coming with them. It was a different time. This is the early 70s. And also Iowa City is a lot smaller than Minneapolis, so it was hard to find a job for Bill. What eventually emerged was a coffee shop, which was and still is called Wild Bill's Coffee Shop. It's in North Hall on the University of Iowa campus. And that's where Bill held forth for the rest of his life. And he became one of those local icons, and became more famous when his friend Barry wrote a story about him, which evolved into a screenplay for a movie. And the picture behind me shows Mickey Rooney, who played Bill, and that fellow up in the your upper left is Dennis Quaid, and he played Barry in the movie. So Bill became quite famous, and people came to see him, see the real Bill in Iowa City. After Bill died, the original coffee shop stayed. It's still there, and we're the crosstown cousin. We're in our 17th year, and next month we'll be celebrating the 16th anniversary of our open mic. So we've been doing it that long. It began as something called the Unsung Forum for songwriters, and gradually evolved into what it is now. It moved from Thursday to Friday for a few years, and then back to Thursday, where it is now. So we're glad you're here. Let's get started. Dave is somewhere tuning up, and we'll have him come up and be our first performer this evening. Welcome.
My name's Dave Whiting. Here's an original tune called Eagle Guide. An eagle came upon me the other day. He said, kind must change. What you do to my animal sisters and brothers is what you do to yourselves. Life is a gift, precious and sacred. We can't go on like this. It's up to you. I know this already. Don't want to be angry. Don't want to be sad. What more can I do? What else can I do? Adapt indigenous ways Find me somewhere in your dreams. I will show you what to do. I will show you how and why. Teach your soul to soar the sky. I will guide you through. I tell you, people, we can save the human race. We can save the whales and the world. The only thing stopping us, the only thing preventing us, the only thing we need is you. The only thing we need is you. The only thing we need is you. Climb aboard, baby, white buffalo. Cry out for peace. Cry out for peace. Cry out for peace. Thanks, that was Eagle Guide. Here's another original called Show Me That You Love Me. You say that you love me. You show me that you care. Now show me that you love me. We're halfway there. Show me that you love me. 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 Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Ooh. Summer shine is gone. Winter chill is here. Show me that you love me. We'll be all the way there. Show me that you love me. 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 Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Ooh. We can rise above it. We can ride on high. Show me that you love me, and then we'll fly. Show me that you love me. 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 Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Ooh. Thanks. Here's a song I've been just playing around with by the band. Boards on the window and it bells by the door. What would anybody leave so quickly for? Ophelia, where have you gone? The old neighborhood just ain't the same. Nobody knows just what became of Ophelia. Tell me what went wrong. Was it something that somebody said? Honey, you know we broke the rules. Was somebody up against the law? Honey, you know I'd die for you. Ashes to laughter, the ghost is clear. Why do the best things always disappear like Ophelia? Come darken my door. Was it something that somebody said? Honey, you know we broke the rules. Was somebody up against the law? Honey, you know I'd die for you. They got your number, scared and running. I'm still waiting for that second coming of Ophelia. Come back home. Thank you. One more. Sure. Okay. Want an original or a cover song? You want an original or a cover song? Okay. Let's Yeah, right. I do mostly love songs and protest songs, so I'll do a protest song here. Let me see, hopefully I remember all the words. TV preacher, don't you see? If Jesus loves us, he loves us free. To be who we are, to be who we be. TV preacher, don't you see? You're messing with my spirituality. I think I'll turn off my TV. Hey, school teacher, don't you see? I have to think independently. I'm not like you, you're not like me. Hey, school teacher, don't you see? To grow our minds have got to be free. To grow our minds is why we be. Corporation, don't you see? You cannot buy my loyalty if you deal dishonestly. Hey, corporation, don't you see? Your money ain't almighty. There's other means of living. Hey, government, agency, don't legislate my morality. I do not believe what you want me to believe. Hey, government, agency, I do not bow to royalty. I do not bow to royalty. I do not bow. I do not bow. Do not bow. Do not bow. Do not bow. Do not bow, do not bow, do not bow, 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 do not bow, 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 do not bow, bow, bow. Thanks. Have a good night.
That's Dave Whiting, and thank you especially for me, because somewhere in the middle of the first song, my ear opened up again. It's been blocked with some kind of, like, war in the sinuses or something, and some chord you played, it just went, poof. So, at that point in life where I start thinking, oh, that's it, I'm through, I'm gonna, I can't hear anymore, but it was just that, so thanks. Let's see, Emily is back with us, yay! So we have a question again, yay! And she went around and asked you all the persistent question, the piercing question, the deep question. Anyway, the question, and she's up next to tell us what she found out.
So the question tonight was, what is the first thing you'd do if you'd won the lottery? We decided it was a big lottery. Pay off loans and debt. Set up an accountant and have them set up CDs and bonds to mature for longevity. Take a trip to Berlin for a year. Donate to the Elephant Sanctuary in Tennessee and pay off all my bills. Call my parents. If I won the lottery, I would leave Iowa and travel the world. Open a bunch of homeless shelters. Travel around the world as my assistant arranged my new house in Vail. Pay off family, friends, and people in need's debt. We have 1, pay off student loans. 2, buy a house. And 3, give it away. And last, we have pay for college. So that was a question for tonight.
All right, a little flight in fancy there. We'll see if any of us win the lottery. Does anyone, enter in here? Does it has to reach a certain point before you?
I haven't done it in a while, but I do, yes.
Do you have to? Does it have to be to a certain point before you buy a ticket?
Usually it's about 100 million or so.
100 million. Okay. I don't know what the mathematical chances are. I do remember when I took a statistics class, the professor was really interested in games of chance like that, and was forever giving us the odds. And the more money, the smaller the odds were, and that sort of thing. So anyway, not to discourage you, but let us know if you win. Come back and let us know. Okay? All right. We do this every Thursday night, and if you are interested in signing up, the sign-up sheet is up there for next week's open mic night. We're going to not have it on February the 10th. We're going to have something different. You're all still welcome. Each year we host a Valentine concert with the syrupy name Sweetheart Serenade. Aww. And we get a bunch of local musicians to come and play, and it's really great fun. So that is on Thursday, February the 8th. Let's see. Yeah, February the 8th. So you're welcome to come that night too, and hear some really great music, and think about love and Valentine's and all that stuff. All right. There was something else I wanted to tell you. Oh yes, we keep a basket of hats and gloves and scarves here for people who need them in the winter, and we have run out of gloves and mittens. So if you have a mind to, we'd love to have some more pairs of gloves and mittens to go into our basket for those who come by. Thank you. Let's see, Brandon, are you ready?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, Brandon's got some poetry for us, I believe.
It actually works out because he was,
What happened to your notebook?
oh,
Or your,
that's
oh, you don't need that?
well, I might need it for I'm working on one, that was just.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's not that one. It's
No, I think.
okay.
I might just do one, I don't know, I wanted to do kind of two, I might do two since he was talking about love and it works into my thing, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, step right up and go to it.
All right,
Do you want to take that off?
Yeah, let's take this off here. All right. Hi, my name's Brandon. I don't have any songs or anything like that, but I do have a poem that I wrote a long time ago that I love, and it's actually called Love. It's like scientific love is what I call it, but it goes like this. Love. Love is an emotion hard to explain because it is felt mostly by the heart. The heart entangles the mind and thought about the person the heart wants. Therefore, it is hard to explain because your mind is distracted. But you really don't care. All your brain does is interpret scenarios, situations you want to do with that person, things you want to buy or do for that person. You get lost, and everything you think about relates back to that person stuck in your brain. But getting lost in love is not a bad feeling. In fact, it feels good. It feels right. The feelings of hope for yourself, happiness, security, self-esteem, though evident in your mind frame at the moment, seem to heighten, sending an overload, if you will, of pleasure through the body, making the hairs in your skin stand on end, making you sigh in relief, relaxing all your muscles, lying cool, calm, still, at peace with yourself and the world. That's what love is. That's the best way I can describe it. Since he did talk about rebellion and or whatever, like rejection, I'll do my small rap. I may screw up on it. I haven't done it in a while, but it's a rap, and it goes like this. Get it straight. I don't hate, but I can't tolerate how many people we implicate, incriminate, turn around and incarcerate, lock them away in a little crates, begin to irritate, aggravate. All you do is complicate. Quit trying to dictate. Let us get control of our own fate before it's too late. Someone comes along and begins to eliminate. The bodies accumulate. Let me elaborate. We remember a date? How many people did they eradicate? It must humiliate how bad we negotiate, how easily they manipulate. We need to evaluate who wants to cooperate, who needs to participate, then incorporate, correlate, contemplate ideas, find the way to initiate, the way to permanently frustrate, the people who want to facilitate, the way to violate this country, because it's our country. There ain't no better place to be. To be what you want to be can make you free. That's the key. That's what you need to see. So say, what's in it for me? But I plead, don't go on a shopping spree. Don't cause tyranny. It only leads to a felony. Go get a college degree. It's a guarantee away from total agony. And that's all I got, really. But yeah, so that's about all I really wanted to say. But yeah, thanks. Those are like two of my favorites that I've had in a long time. So.
Thank you very much. That's Brandon. Saturday, as we do every Saturday, we have live music. And this Saturday, you know the the musicals by Rodgers and Hammerstein and Rodgers and Hart. Well, this Saturday's concert is devoted to music of Richard Rodgers, who's half of those duos. So the musicals you probably can think of range from The King and I to The Sound of Music and dozens more. And so they've picked some music from a number of musicals, and that's Saturday night at 7 o'clock. If you'd like to know more about what's coming up, there's a schedule on the little table by the door. For those of you watching us, you can check our webpage, uptownbills.org, and find what's coming up there. Let's see. Maya, I think, is ready, has tossed the entries in tonight's drawing, and is ready to give away 2 books.
Okay, so we're giving away quote books today. The first one is Bite-Sized Einstein, and it's quotes from Einstein. That one goes to Zach Dare. And the other one is Bite-Sized Franklin, quotes from Benjamin Franklin. One goes to Kelly Carell.
Thank you, Maya. As luck would have it, Kelly is our next performer. So come up to the stage and we'll get you set up. Let's see. No, and we've got a cord all ready for you. Dave used one, so it's right here. She really is coming, folks at home. I'll tell a quick story. Yesterday, three young men stopped by on their way to the new overflow shelter. And it wasn't particularly cold, but they stopped for a few minutes on their way. And they kind of looked around, looked at the books and stuff like that. And the thing that really intrigued them was we have a small Big Bird finger puppet. And they wanted to know if they could borrow it. And I said, well, sure, and take it with you. And off they went, the 3 of them, with this little Big Bird finger puppet on the way to the shelter. So it just seemed kind of cute as they went out the door. We haven't seen them yet, but I'm sure the little puppet will come back. All right. Was that enough of a story to get you set? Would you like to stand or sit or
I would like to
kneel?
to lean against the stool, kind of sit.
Okay. Well, bring it up here. And if you use the stool, you get to sign it, you see. So,
Well, I guess I'm gonna sign it as well.
all right. And for those of you who worry about us in holidays, you'll notice we did take down half of our Halloween crepe paper, and we put the tree away. So we're already thinking about next holidays. I think we have some red and white crepe paper that we're going to put up next week for, Valentine and all that stuff. But you'll still find an Easter egg and other stuff around from various holidays throughout the year. So if there's any holiday you want to celebrate, chances are we're ready for you. There was a comedian here about a year ago who found a number of different things for different holidays. And he said the really cool thing about Bill's is you could celebrate all the holidays all at once, get it over with. Invite your family down here, have everything, the turkey, the 4th of July, the whole deal, a haunted house, and then you're done. And you don't have to, there are no obligations for a whole year. All right. You want to plug in? Yes. We discussed that. I hope this little knot won't deter you.
So as long as I can reach the mic. All right. Oh, well, that was awkward. All right. It's been a while. I don't even know how to sit. Gotcha. All right. Thank you. Okay.
It's your friend.
Yes. All right, here we go. So, my name is Kelly Carell, and I am going to do 3 songs for y'all today. The first one is a U2 song called With or Without You. Okay. So, I have to remember how to play it now. All of a sudden, I forgot. Okay. Okay. See the stone set in your eyes. See the thorn twist in your side. I wait for you. Sleight of hand and twist of fate. On the bed of nails, she makes me wait. And I wait without you. I think I'm too low. I'm recovering from a cold, and it's telling me I'm trying to go too low. So, may I? Just. Okay. So I'm shaking more than anything. Okay. See the stone set in your eyes. See the thorn twist in your side. And I wait for you. Sleight of hand and twist of fate. On the bed of nails, she makes me wait. And I wait without you. With or without you. With or without you. Through the storm, we reach the shore. You give it all, but I want more. And I'm waiting for you. With or without you. With or without you. Oh, I can't live with or without you. And you give yourself away. And you give yourself away. And you give, and you give, and you give yourself away. My hands are tied, my body bruised. She's got me with nothing to win and nothing left to lose. And you give yourself away. And you give yourself away. And you give, and you give, and you give yourself away. With or without you. With or without you. Oh, I can't live with or without you. I'm not gonna go higher than that. All right. So the next song is a one I just started learning several weeks ago-ish. And so, I know, right? So I'm gonna attempt it here. It's, I think I should be on the third here. It's a song from Devil Makes Three. It's a bluegrass band. Gosh, I can't even talk. I'm so nervous. Y'all are great though, and I know, very very supportive group here if you ever want to do open mic. Anyway, let's see. Okay, let's see. All right. Now I'm going down. Okay, here we go. Well, I'll be going out tonight. I don't care what I do. I wake up in the morning and I'm feeling black and blue. I'ma feel tomorrow like a worn down pair of shoes. The only point of this body here tonight is to be used. 'Cause I wanna feel the blood rushing in my veins. I don't want this night to ever turn into day. It's too low. I know. It's like you're going too low. Okay. I'll start it. Tonight I'm gonna go on down now to the river's edge. I'ma pull all them dead ideas out my head. I'ma open up the gate, let the Coliseum scream. Tonight the whole dang world's gonna know just what I mean. 'Cause I wanna feel the blood rushing in my veins. I don't want this night to ever turn into day. If I could only do all them things I wanted to, while that spirit's rushing out in my veins. Yes, if I could only do all them things I wanted to, while that spirit's rushing in my veins. Okay, let's try to go to the last verse here and not mess it up here. Okay. Tonight I put that match down to that gasoline, spin that rusty wheel and be burned by the steam. Tonight I'll take that main line direct into the drain. If you don't see me, know I died as I please. 'Cause I had to feel the blood rushing in my veins. I don't want this night to ever turn into day. If I could only do all them things I wanted to, while that spirit's rushing out in my veins. Yes, if I could only do all them things I wanted to, while that spirit's rushing in my veins. Wow. Okay. That one needs a little work. Well, I mean, thank you. All right, well, hopefully this one I have a little more luck with, since it's one I wrote years ago. So, you know. It's called Leaving Tonight. Okay. 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 I think. Okay, here we go. Well, I'm leaving. Okay, here we go. I was playing the other song. Okay. Now you're not afraid to do open mic, are you? You're like, I got this. Okay. Well, I'm leaving tonight. I'm leaving out the door. Well, I'm leaving changed my mind, 'cause it's much too late, I'm out the door. Well, it's much too late, I'm out the door. Yeah, oh, I'm out the door. And that will do. A friend of mine wanted me to yodel for a second. I don't have anything prepared, so I'll just hi hey hello yo yodel yodel hi hey hello yo yodel hello yeah yeah. That's it. All right. Thank you. All right.
Don't leave with it.
Right. Yeah, my nerves are still there. So.
Things will happen.
Yeah. You did great. All right. I'll wait till you're done.
Yeah, don't forget to sign the stool before you go. Thank you so much. And that's just, I can count on one hand the number of times we've had yodeling here. So I hope you'll consider doing something again, with yodeling. There are a lot of old cowboy tunes, cowgirl tunes with yodeling in them, and they don't get much play anymore. So, okay, all right. Well, that's your challenge from us for next time, right?
Yes, yes.
I'm talking to the audience, not to you. They're there to say yes, and then you're under pressure. So, okay, thanks again. Next Monday is Martin Luther King's birthday, and I've been thinking about King and the person who I had done my graduate work about, Jane Addams. Jane Addams was the founder of Hull House in Chicago, and kind of the mother of social work. And the two of them, King and Addams, had a lot in common. So I wrote a little something I'd like to share with you. I called them 20th century prophets, Martin Luther King and Jane Addams. Martin Luther King and Jane Addams have a lot in common. Both were tireless workers for social justice. Both pointed out the connections between poverty and racism in American society. Both received a Nobel Prize. Both were influenced by Gandhi. But social justice was only half of their message. Both King and Addams were also advocates for peace. That led them to become outspoken opponents of many aspects of U.S. foreign policy. Addams opposed the Spanish-American War and World War I. King opposed U.S. involvement in Vietnam. They also tied the lack of social justice in our own communities to the lack of peace in the world. Both King and Addams were subjected to widespread criticism for these views. Both were told that they were out of their element when discussing foreign affairs, and both were called communists and traitors and harassed by the FBI. In so many history books, this other dimension isn't mentioned. Addams has been reduced to a nice lady who did a few good things. King becomes a nice guy who promoted human kindness. But both of them were far, far more. They were powerful voices calling us to live up to our democratic ideals. One might say they were 20th century prophets. The trouble with prophets, of course, is they make us uncomfortable. They're hard to listen to, and they're always pointing out things we'd rather not think about. King's birthday this coming week gives us a chance to remember his entire message, and that of Addams too. They were trying to tell us that social justice and peace are inextricably linked. It's a message we're still trying to learn in our families, our communities, and in our country. This holiday offers a chance for us to rededicate ourselves to this work. That's what I like best about the Martin Luther King holiday, the emphasis on community and the common good. That makes it unique among American holidays. If one thinks about other holidays, the emphasis is on turning inward to families and friends. In many ways, that's much easier to do. It's much harder to reach beyond the regular ties we have, to reach across lines of race, religion, and ethnicity, and establish new friendships, new connections. The MLK holiday gives us this opportunity, an excuse, if you will, to start doing that. Thank you. Oh, that's still up there. Please do not feed the musicians. That was left over from last week's show. Thank you all for coming. That's it. That's our program for tonight. We hope to see you again. And as a little treat, why doesn't everyone take a book? Just pick out any book you'd like and show one of us what you decided to take as our gift for coming out on a night like this and supporting the musicians. All right. The performers may take a book too. Yes. All right. Thanks again, and good night to our friends watching.
I know, I heard it drop.
But Barry's thought, well, Bill really likes coffee, so maybe we'll try a coffee shop. And that was the beginning of Wild Bill's Coffee Shop in North Hall. It's still there. Bill, life changed then. It became sort of a local icon. And Barry wrote a long story which appeared in the Des Moines Register about Bill. The story evolved into a screenplay for a I don't think there is any equivalent like. We've got the pit bulls waiting just in case.
Hey, I have a pit bull, so you might be in trouble. My name's Joey Westlink. I am a local writer here in Iowa City. Starving writer, I guess you could call me. Not very good with introductions. Not good. I let my writing speak for me. I don't speak for myself, I guess. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna get going before I make this more awkward. This is a musing, according to Tom, I wrote quite a while back. I have never read this thing before. If I have, then, well, I got bad memory, I guess. Okay, so this is about somebody that has social anxiety issues, and basically try to go to a place he's never gone before, the Java House down by England Theater. Okay, so here we go. I have entered into a hellish new place today. I have just gone through the red door that leads to the Java House, and I have already have the desire to turn tail and return to my cave. My senses are on overload, as I hear so many sounds and conversations around me that I might fall to my knees and cover my ears just so the sounds will stop. My heart is literally using my ribs like a xylophone as each beat gets faster, along with my palms becoming moist with perspiration. I need to catch my breath. I need to go outside and get away from the suffocation that is trying to close in on me. As I take a few deep breaths to reclaim my composure, I turn around and re-enter the red doors. Red door. My heart is still moving rapidly in my throat, but I must overcome my social anxieties if I want to form deeper, more meaningful relationships with people. I take one step and then another. My legs feel like jello due to the overwhelming anxiety coursing through my body. But I keep moving forward. I barely notice my surroundings, with the exception of the conversations occurring around me. I think for a moment about coming back when it's much quieter, like next week, or maybe in June. No, I can't listen to this stupid idea. I need to move forward. I pass the counter where the cash register was located. I think I hear someone say hello to my right. I don't look to respond to her, as I am too nervous and uncomfortable in my current environment. I just want to sit down. However, there's a large line in front of me that is right now preventing me from achieving that goal. The line almost looks like an invading army. I take a deep breath and cautiously squeeze through the line to get a seat. After passing the chaotic mess, I glance over to my right, and next to a magazine rack, I see a table with high chairs. And the best part, nobody is sitting there. Yes, it is hard enough for me to maintain social connections due to my anxieties and general social awkwardness, but it is much more difficult for me to even make a connection. I just don't know what to do when it comes to meeting a person for the first time. I would like to meet people and make friends, but I get stressed out and mentally worn out in a short time span. Basically, I wouldn't be able to sit down with a complete stranger, but personally, who could? So I sit down in the high chair and I quickly whip my hair to my right, my head to my right, and then to my left. I am still anxious with so much noise happening all around me. I shouldn't have come down here in the middle of the day. I try to ignore this negative thought, but it is very difficult to achieve with being in the middle of a storm of conversations occurring. I am trying to stay calm, but it is a losing battle. No, I must remain calm. I'll just close my eyes and take slow, deep breaths. Okay, there we go. Mouse didn't want to cooperate. I keep my eyes closed, and my mindfulness training kicks in. Each breath I take becomes slower. I feel my body shaking less each time I exhale. I feel the calm crash onto me like a fresh, therapeutic shower. My hands are no longer shaking like I am experiencing my own personal earthquake. Can you imagine what it would be like to be at the mercy of an earthquake that only you can feel? I am going deeper into my meditation. I hear a small sound that is rising over the sea of confusion, loud noise. The confusion, loud noise. At first, the sound is only softer than a whisper, but the sound becomes louder with each passing second. While this second is still soft, it is somehow climbing over the wall of conversations. This sound is a song I have heard before. This song is a country western song, and the name of the song is All American Girl by Carrie Underwood. I have heard this country song many times before back home. I have never really paid attention to it. This is the first time I've actually listened to this song, and it's actually a lovely song about how life is uncertain because the father was expecting a son, but he gets a daughter that at first crushes his dreams. However, he still finds great joy in being a father to this girl. Hopefully, I am interpreting the song correctly. My God, I hope I am. I open my eyes after 8 minutes, and I feel calmer, but I'm still somewhat overwhelmed by my new environment. Also, I should have brought something to do, like a book to read, or I should have at least ordered something. I suddenly hear a loud, sharp noise in front of me. It was a high, piercing shriek that for a moment, I think a banshee was on the loose. You would think a coffee maker wouldn't be so loud, but, well, yeah, they are. The coffee maker is loud. I need to get up and leave because I think my heart is currently in my throat, or at least I think that's my heart. And I think my ears are ringing from that sudden annoying noise that would rival the old nails on the chalkboard sound. I mean, how many people have heard that one before? I'll come back another time when the Java house is much quieter and perhaps warmer too. And that is all I have for tonight. I think I'm about the 10-minute limit, so I'll just give the microphone back to Tom. So have a good week, and well.
Okay, we're gonna do our drawing now. And the first book we're giving away is The House of Seven Gables by Nathaniel Hawthorne. And they say that it says it's a romance, but it kind of sounds creepy on the back, so I don't really know what to think about it. But, oh, okay, good to know. And that one goes to Doug Beck. And then the other one is A Long Way Gone by Ishmael Bay, I guess. And then there's a note on it that says, author was a child soldier in Sierra Leone, rescued by UNICEF at age 16. And then also in the back, they like tore out a magazine article about him. So you can also get that as well as a book. And I wonder if that one is, I can't read this name. It looks like it says Jeremy. It's Jeremy R. Okay. It's Lenny R. I'm sorry. I can't. Okay.
All right, thank you. There was there's several African countries which have had terrible civil wars, much like our own.